In this video, we're going to be using Barbus Classic and the Timeless Aluminum Razor. Stay tuned. Hey there, folks, and welcome back for another video. I'm your host, CDB. Thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And today, it's a dome shave with the Timeless Aluminum. I don't know if I've ever done a dome shave with the Timeless Aluminum, so I figured I would try it today. And of course, we're using Big Dude Barbus. As you know, the Barbus gent recently got the Rona and he's recovering. And if anybody has been interested in buying Barbus, he's certainly looking for help, because he's out of work temporarily. So I'll link his website below and you can check this out. The Barbus Classic, wonderful, clean, fresh scent in the tradition of European soaps. No nonsense, no having to worry about dialing it in. The consistency on this is neither hard nor soft. It's kind of like a putty. It's a very interesting consistency. I really enjoyed using this soap. I've used it several times in the last 6-8 months, and I really enjoy it. And I enjoy the Barbus dude because he is so supportive. He jumps in, he watches almost all the videos, he comments on almost all the videos, and it's regardless of whether you're using his product or not. So a lot of artisans, they'll stop by and comment if they see you using their product, but they're not on the channel commenting a lot otherwise. Some are, a few are, but most, honestly, if you're not using their product, they're not commenting. Not so with the Barbus guy. Like, he's out there grinding, really doing his best all the time, and I really appreciate that sort of effort because I'm a high effort kind of guy myself. And so if you appreciate that kind of effort, maybe you'll consider using the Barbus. It's always up to you, but I do enjoy it. I've got it lathered up in the Captain's Choice bowl. And we're also going to try a aftershave product that he sent. And I made an order just recently. And I ordered some of those chocolates, which he has, which are really good. By the way, if you haven't tried them, check out the website. Again, I'll link it below. Those chocolates are fantastic. He's sent me a few of those, and I ordered some to give as gifts, like to my nephews and so on, who probably never tried a Slovakian type treat of that nature. Just something different, And I liked them myself. Very nice. And as you can see here, no problems lathering the Barbus. The Barbus is just, it's good stuff, again, in that European tradition. And I won't promise that we'll have a flawless shave today, because, I don't use DEs on the dome much anymore. It's just, I don't really enjoy it that much. But I wanted to try the Timeless on the dome and just see what happens. This is the point, I believe it's 4.5 blade gap. Really nice aluminum razors, I think. And Timeless, makes good razors generally. So let's see how we do today. Again, I will not promise that this will be flawless because I typically use the Leaf, Defender, razors like that. And don't use the DE razors as much as I used to. For the first couple of years, I would use DE razors a couple of times a week on the dome. Just trying to find what I liked. And what I found was I liked using razors like the Leaf and the Defender and even the Harry's razor, Cart. I just found that on my dome, it's just what I appreciated. And many people don't like those sort of razors on their dome, but for me, they work very, very well. And so, as I've been preaching often, especially during these head shave videos, is, use whatever works best for you. That is the key. If you find something and it just really works tremendously for you, do not worry about what it is, be it straight razor, Cart, whatever it is, enjoy it to the fullest, get the best shaves you can get out of it, and then carry on with your business, All right, so far, pretty nice. It just feels awkward because I don't use these sort of razors much, and it's got a completely different feel. And the razor is actually oriented differently. The blades in, say, the Defender or Harry's or Leaf are oriented in a different way. So when you're using a DE, it's a different process, and you have to keep angling that razor because of all the curves on the dome. And most of the head shave you cannot see. So you're just going by feel, which is perfectly fine. Those of us who head shave a lot, you know, we do it pretty often. For me, for the first 3 years, I did it every single day, missing very few days. But probably towards the latter half of 2020, I started doing it every other day. And I found that that was kind of a sweet spot for me. Every other day. And so now it's what I do for the most part. So far, this is feeling nice. The timeless razor is one of the, see, I did get myself there already though. And you know, it's got to happen sometimes. So this certainly will not qualify as being a perfect shave. But so far, it's not too bad. If that's all the damage we do, we'll consider ourselves lucky. And that's just lack of familiarity. You know, there's nothing wrong with the razor. Cut myself twice. Or maybe that's just trickling over. I don't know. Either way, it's what happens when you're not familiar. Really, when it comes down to it, technique is everything. And I might add, if you're not accustomed to shaving your head, when you get a bleeder on the dome, it bleeds a lot. It's not the same as on your face. It will just bleed and bleed and bleed. And so you really have to be careful. And just try your best not to get yourself any more than necessary. But today we did get ourselves there, and sometimes that'll happen. And you know, again, especially when you're just not familiar with using DEs. I've used them so infrequently in the last year that the leaf really was a game changer on the dome. Now, I'll tell you right now, on the face, obviously I prefer straight razors, DE, single edge razor. But on the dome, the leaf is sort of my go-to. However, this doesn't feel bad. But that one cut there is going to annoy me. And it will continue to bleed probably until I put styptic on. You know, what are you going to do? But it is certainly no fault to the Barbus, because there's always plenty of slickness there. So there's our first pass with a little bit of blood. But again, no fault to the Barbus. The Barbus is good stuff, and I really appreciate all the support that he lends to everybody. It really means a lot. And so I try to step in there, and when somebody calls for help, you know, I'll put out the word, you know, if it's someone I know. And especially someone who's just been so supportive. I mean, one of the things I think, you know, you sort of have a responsibility to do when you're in a community is to try to help when help is needed. And so when the Barbus gent, you know, just reached out and said, hey, you know, out of work for a little bit due to the Rona, if you could say some words, I'm certainly happy to do it. So if you've been interested in Barbus, you know, grab it. I had one guy in the last video where I was talking about Barbus say, why would you want to buy Barbus when he has the Rona? I don't know, out of the goodness of your heart. You know, I mean, I understand your concerns about the Rona, but I made an order, and, you know, when the packages arrive, I will use caution and take precautions, and everyone should be doing the same, you know, regardless. In medicine, they usually call it, I think it's universal precautions, meaning you treat every package as if somebody has the Rona. That's what you do. And so that way you'll be safe. But anyway, again, if you've been interested, now would be a great time. But of course, as always, your decision. And I don't really ask you to buy anything. I'm just simply saying, if you have been interested or curious, he would sure appreciate it. It's always up to you. It's always your decision. And I appreciate the folks who give support and consideration. It means a lot. And it's helping a guy who's, you know, had to be out of work for a little bit. So it's sort of the way I look at it. The timeless razor is doing its job. I don't always do mine when using one of these type of razors on the dome. If you've never shaved your head with a safety razor or straight razor or shavette, it's completely different from shaving your face. It's still not rocket science, but everything is a curve. A lot of the area you just simply cannot see. And so it's not as easy by any stretch. It is more difficult. That angle is always changing. So you have to constantly be adjusting. And so far it looks like I got myself in that one spot. I don't think I've ever got myself in that spot. That's a weird, kind of a weird spot to get myself, but I did. But then again, you know, anything that you don't do frequently, you know, over time you'll sort of lose your proficiency at it. And I don't use DEs enough to really be proficient on the dome. But I will say, this is one of the few aluminum razors that I still own, and I really enjoy it. And of course, I haven't talked much about Timeless in this video, but I really enjoy their products generally. Recently picked up the titanium, which I'm airing that video pretty close to this one. And look forward to many years of service with that. All right, so we only got ourselves right there. So we will get some styptic pencil on that. We will rinse and come back and get into the post. Stay tuned. And all right, we're back with the Magic Made by Witches. This is Thayer's Witch Hazel. And I put the alum to that spot. I didn't use the styptic. I think I actually decapitated a little bump I had there. Took it clean off with that Timeless aluminum. So we'll hope the alum is enough to hold it, but if not, no big deal. We'll hit it with the styptic if need be. So we used the Timeless aluminum today. We weren't perfect, but we did an okay job, and it did a good job. My job was just so-so. I'd say good, not great. The Barbus did an excellent job today. Again, if you haven't checked out Barbus, he's one of the most supportive people in our community. You know, give it a shot. It is a good quality soap in the European tradition. Today, we're going to end the shave with, this is Dermacol Men Agent Hydra Care. Can you say that 4 times fast? With 2-in-1 moisturizer and after shave. Yeah, sorry. I'm tongue twisted. Sorry, Barbus. Anyway, we're gonna throw this on. It's kind of like a balm, I would say. I'm gonna slap that on and see how it smells. Not bad. It smells nice. And we're gonna put it on the face as well. That smells great. Feels good. Smells great. Again, this is Dermacol Men Agent. It is sold by the Barbus guy. I will link this product below. Feels pretty good on the skin. I don't use a lot of balms. I'm more of a splash guy, but I must say that feels pretty good so far. I don't know how it will dry down, but it's got a good, again, clean, fresh scent. Most of the Barbus products that I've tried have a clean, fresh scent, and I like that a lot. So if you're interested, again, Dermacol Men Agent Hydra Care. Feels pretty good. If you're a balm guy, maybe check it out. All right. Thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Until next time, I'm your host, CDB, reminding you, it's your shave, do it your way, and as always, God bless.